Every year, over 10,000 hauntings are reported across the globe. Most are fleeting shadows, odd noises, the creak of wood when no one's there. But a few become something else, something darker. Hidden in the dense, decaying woods of Eastern Europe lies a Cold War relic known as Facility Vetra, a place abandoned not because it served its purpose, but because it witnessed something it was never meant to. At the end of its western corridor, sealed shut by steel and silence, stands door 404, a threshold soaked in stories of madness, disappearance, and something that even the bravest don't dare name. Locals won't go near it. The building has long since become a crumbling tomb of rusted pipes and collapsed ceilings, overrun by moss and silence. But door 404, always cold to the touch, always closed, remains untouched. For decades, villagers have reported strange lights flickering in the forest at night, sounds of screaming that rise and fall like breath, and the unexplained disappearance of those who venture too close. Some say the Soviet military used the facility for psychotronic experiments, tampering with the limits of the human mind. Others believe something older, something far more ancient, was unearthed in that forest and locked behind the door. Whatever the origin, what made door 404 infamous wasn't just the stories, but the growing number of people who entered that hallway, and never came out. In October of 2017, the legends gained global attention. A viral YouTube group known as the Black Lens Collective, famous for their exploration of haunted places, announced a live broadcast from the infamous Facility Vetra. Thousands tuned in. It was supposed to be just another thrill-seeking night, screams, laughs, and shaky night vision footage. But what happened that night turned door 404 from an obscure local myth into a digital nightmare. Led by their daring frontman Kai, known for mocking anything remotely supernatural, the group began exploring around midnight. For the first hour, everything was typical. Cobwebs. Smashed lab glass. Notes strewn across desks, yellowed with age. Viewers watched as the group found old ID cards, a broken wheelchair rusted into the floor, and a hallway filled with discarded gas masks. But as they moved deeper, the atmosphere shifted. The banter stopped. The sound picked up faint mechanical clicks echoing in the distance, though all power had been cut for decades. At 1:14 a.m., they reached it. Door 404. It was different from the rest, industrial, seamless, with no visible hinges. The metal was clean, almost too clean, as though it had been scrubbed just the day before. A thick iron chain crossed its width, held in place by an equally thick padlock. Oddly, it wasn't locked. Kai approached first. The static on the live stream intensified. "There's pressure here," he muttered. Not air pressure, something heavier. Like gravity itself was different near the door. He reached out and touched the metal. And that's when the screen cut to black. Viewers later swore the black screen wasn't entirely empty. Shapes moved faintly in the dark, like something was shifting behind a veil. The audio feed caught whispering, fragmented words in a language unknown. A low hum followed, building in intensity. Some heard a scream. Others say it was laughter. When the feed resumed, Kai was gone. The remaining two members were visibly panicked, whispering his name. The door, previously sealed, was ajar. A slow groan echoed through the hallway, not mechanical, almost organic. One of the crew tried to step inside, but a loud bang echoed from within, causing both to flee. Authorities were notified. A search team arrived the next morning. What they found was nothing. No blood. No footprints. No disturbance. Just door 404, shut tight once again, and a dead camera still recording, its lens fogged from the inside. Weeks later, the footage was examined by independent experts. The time-stamped blackout was real. No frames were missing. No edits. Electromagnetic analysis showed massive spikes in the static portion, equivalent to what you'd expect near an EMP blast or a geomagnetic storm. But there were no storms that night. the incident became a phenomenon. Forums speculated everything from time travel to dimensional rifts. One post claimed Kai had been spotted in a small town in Romania, his eyes black, his voice gone. Another user claimed to have received a message from Kai's account a month later. It contained only one word, stay. To this day, no one knows what happened to Kai. The remaining members of the Black Lens Collective vanished from the internet. They refused interviews. Their channel was deleted. All that remains is the archived footage, circulated endlessly by those obsessed with Door 404. Paranormal investigators continue to visit the site, some even camping overnight in hopes of reaching the door. Few get close. Those who do report migraines, sudden nosebleeds, or vivid nightmares after returning. One man described seeing himself trapped inside the door during sleep, screaming, banging, unheard. In recent years, the Romanian government placed a warning sign 200 meters from the entrance: danger, structural instability. Do not enter. But people know the truth. That door was never about crumbling concrete. There's something else in there. And it's waiting. If you believe in ghosts, monsters, or the unknown, we want to hear your theories. Was Kai taken by something otherworldly? Or is the real horror what humans once trapped inside? Let us know in the comments. And before you go, don't miss our next deep dive into another terrifying legend, the Whispering Catacombs beneath Paris. Subscribe, like, and remember. Some doors should never be opened. Especially one, marked 404.